So show of hands, who has seen live music? Awesome. Did you guys enjoy it?
Yeah.
Was there anything that you didn't enjoy about it, or it's pretty much a good experience, right? So today I want to list for you the benefits of going out to see live music. I myself have been to a few concerts, and actually my most recent, I went to one on Saturday. I went to a jazz concert back in Fullerton. And I think it's so cool about what's so cool about live music is that it's so frequent that there's almost no excuse not to go and support it. So today I will list for you the benefits of seeing live music in regards to the individual, the community and culture, and in regards to how it'll support your artists that you enjoy. Can you see that?
Barely.
So first I'm going to talk about the individual. I chose a person of a little girl because it's just one person. She's probably looking at her favorite artist right now. So it'll benefit the individual person because live music can improve a person's mood. There was a study done by a psychologist named Kendra Cherry where researchers discovered that there's a correlation between happiness and a positive mood increase. Participants rated music's ability to help achieve better mood and become self-aware as the most two important factors of seeing live music. Another thing about live music that will benefit you as an individual is it will allow you to unplug from any electronic devices and give you a chance to step back and just enjoy what's happening around you. And yeah, I think that's a really cool thing. An artist named Megan L., who frequently plays shows and is a teacher herself, might find that, she said, you might find that the time you spend enjoying music without the distraction of a cell phone refreshes your mind and gives a new perspective on life. So going on from there, it will benefit you as an individual because you will both have health benefits, you'll be happier, and you can unplug from things. Next, I'm going to talk about how it can benefit your community and your culture. A few ways that it can do this is it can benefit it economically, or it can benefit it communally. So it can benefit it economically because in 2013 there was a study done in Nashville that said the music industry, it helped with increase of jobs. It had an increase of 56,000 jobs, and it raised $5.5 billion, which is, I think, insane. It not only created the jobs, but it sustained them, which I think is very important when it comes to creating new jobs in cities and supporting business. And I understand that not every city is Nashville, so they don't all have the same potential to have these huge venues or huge shows and that kind of stuff. And the same way, not every city is Los Angeles, but still every city has a possibility and potential to put on live music. So another way that it can, I chose this picture for the next one just because it's a group view. The next way it can benefit a community is because live music is inherently communal and it's a shared experience, which I think is pretty cool. You can go and not even know someone, but you're both there for a common goal. And I think that's pretty, it's such a cool and unique experience. So there was the Public of Affairs, the Vice President of Public Affairs in Toronto, Canada, Amy Turrell, says that music is a powerful means of connecting people. It bridges linguistic and cultural divides and is a vehicle for identity and expression like no other. So I think that's such a cool thing for music to be able to just bring people together and you can enjoy it with someone else. And this is my Nashville setting. Going on, it will benefit the artist. So first of all, it benefits them financially, and it can benefit them mentally. So it will benefit them financially because it is known that gigging or going out to gigs and putting on live shows is so much more, I think lucrative is what I'm trying to say. It gives them more money if you do that. If you want to support them, you should go see their show. CNBC stated that Spotify pays 0.6 to 0.8% of 1 penny for each play that, or each listen that a song has. So you'll maybe get, like if you're a starting out artist, you'll maybe get like, I don't know, maybe $5 if you listen to it a few thousand times, which is crazy. So I mean, I'm a musician myself, and I've played a few gigs, and I know that from experience, you'll probably get from a range of like 300 to 1,000 for like base pay, just for like one gig. It's not like a ton of money, but still like, it's better than recorded music. But either way, it's a good way to support an artist. Next, it will benefit them mentally, and it benefits them mentally because it tells the artist that the people who are coming to their music support them, and their music moves them, so that it's a possibility for them to be supported and motivated to keep going, and I think that's really cool. Megan L. from teachlessons.com mentions that a supportive audience is one of the most wonderful things that an artist can see, and I think that's super true. If you have people around you supporting you, like you just feel so connected, and it's just such a cool thing. So to wrap it all together, seeing live music benefits the individual because live music is linked to happiness increase and a mood change, positive mood change, and it can benefit the community and culture because it can contribute economically, like it did in Nashville. And lastly, it allows the artists to continue what they're doing and make more music for you guys. So why not see live music? Thank you.
Brant, did you flip the light back on? Thank you. Maritza, what did you think?
Would you like me to stand up?
No, you don't have to stand up. I mean, unless you want to. It doesn't matter to me. Just be loud enough that the camera can hear you.
In your attention device, you have the audience participation, and you also stated a rhetorical question. Your topic is clearly identified, and then you add a personal touch, you just recently went to a concert, and your preview states all what you're about to talk about. Your first point is clearly you clearly support that, and I counted 6 sources, so it gave a lot of credibility to your speech. You have clear transitions. The citing though, with your visuals, I think that was kind of problematic. It didn't really do anything much for your speech to benefit it. And your conclusion was really good because it reiterated all your points in your body.
All right. Well, those are all things that I was going to say also. I think the audience survey is a little bit less interesting. It's kind of underwhelming. The rhetorical questions, okay, I do like the idea of you using the personal experience, I think, a little bit more. But it does come across as a bit dry at the start of the speech, and I think you're talking about something that's supposed to be more inviting and invigorating, and so it needs to be a little bit more energetic. There's a very clear preview, though, at the beginning of the speech about what the subject matter is going to be and how you're going to develop it. I appreciated that a lot. I'd also agree that there was a lot of reference material in the presentation. You were pretty consistent about citing that information, so that was solid. And I think that you've got a subject that the audience would be naturally interested in as well. Organizationally, I think you've got clear structure in the presentation, but the transitions between those points are sometimes a little bit abrupt, and you need to move from one point to another a little more smoothly. The visual materials, I don't think that they add that much to the presentation. The 3 pictures that you just have of people, they certainly don't add much. The little girl on top of her father's shoulders, for instance, or the stormtroopers lined up in a row. Basically, that could be about any subject. There's not really anything that seems to be connecting it to the topic of listening to live music, except that you may say something about that, and you kind of have to explain the pictures also, why you use them, and I don't think that helps at all. You know, pictures from the concert venue might make more sense, or from the stage, looking out at the audience, or somebody who's grooving to the tunes or something like that, maybe give it a little bit more dynamic usefulness there. The Star Troopers thing, that just like misses the point entirely. I understand it's a group, but why that group and why you decided to use that, that just seems strange, because it's got completely, it goes off on a different tangent, and it's likely to be distracting for the audience listening to the material. There are a couple of other pieces of visual material that you have in the presentation also, and I think they could benefit from being visualized instead of just being scripted information there. The Spotify returns, for instance, you could do a table chart that describes that, or some kind of illustration of a bar graph that would illustrate for people how much money artists are making from recorded music versus how much they might make from gigging. I think that that's probably an obvious one that jumps out that would matter. I think you do a nice job speaking to the audience for the most part, and I thought you had a very good summary at the end of the speech. I like that. I thought you did a good job there. All right, thank you.